Good morning, Echo Cluster. Good morning. The sun is shining, and before I'm off to work, I'd like to tell you about how to fight against cloaking bandits. And with cloaking bandits, I mean all the cloaking races in this game. Because I played them quite similarly, so I'm actually telling you how to fight against me. The reason for this presentation here is that lately in my games I play a lot of classic planets. I've been very successful in playing cloaking races, mainly Birdman, and I don't want to be that successful. I've been playing this game since the 90s. I love this game and I love to win, but I don't want to win in a way that it's because I know something that you don't about how this game works. So now in this video I'm going to show you in detail, or actually as an exemplary, more like from my present Birdman game some turns ago, about how I attacked a federation and how I kept attacking him and how I'm going to win this game. And my opponent here is a good player. He is very good in building a good sized fleet, and he's doing a lot of things in the right way, but I think it's because he's playing something like 8 games at the same time that he doesn't have time to concentrate fighting me, that I'm a bit too successful to my liking. But also previously during the weekend, during the planets.nu, Big Beaver mentioned that a lot of you new players who begin play planets in their first big battles against the privateers, you get frustrated and quit playing planets. So I would like to give you some antidote and help so you can know how to fight against cloaking races. And let's get started. First, let's see what happened in this game. What I did, what I aimed to do, and what followed. In this situation, I'm the bird. I'm here up north. I actually came here from the west, moved to the robot territory, and the robot is almost finished and dying. Here is the Federation space, and I'm coming from up here down there, and my task is to conquer the Federation space. But in this video let's concentrate especially to this planet, because the Federation player is concentrating a lot of ships and fleet to this planet Nimbus 7, and the reason is that it's full with all minerals except fuel. There's avians and it's quite good temperature, so it's a perfect place if he intends to either defend or attack as a strong point and base for him. But let's use the time machine and see how these things go and develop. I'm coming especially from here because my plan is to go past this important planet, and this is actually one of the main things what Dasdia also told during the weekend in his presentation about mobility. When we are playing with cloaking races, our ships are flimsy. Our ships don't, even if I have a dark wing, it doesn't win a Nova class super dreadnought face to face, mano a mano. And this guy has got a lot of Novas, but also Federation Gorbies And those mean beasts are the kind of animals that kill huge amounts of darkwings if I try to destroy them with darkwings. So what do the cloaking race do is war of attrition. What we do is we wear them out. We don't attack the big ship. We go past them, we attack the planets, the supply ships, the support ships. And the thing is, we try to control the situation. We go close to the planet, we look what ships are where and how they move. We tow them away from each other and destroy them in places where we are sure that we will win and not lose any ships. And this way, in the best case scenario, the big ships are left alone, helpless in the void of space without fuel and able to move as we go around and destroy the rest of the ships and take the planets. But what happens here is that a lot of dark wings, and in this case I have managed to trade kobolds in the beginning of the game, and I cloned them like crazy. So I have no fuel problems, so I can do huge maneuvers in space. And what happens is that my dark wings come here, and I start to move this direction, but because the guy is creating vast minefields around here, I also need to control this planet and get some heavy phases sweepers into the warp wells there. And what happens is, well, he tries to counter-attack, gets killed because I managed to capture golem glass base ship, a carrier, that is my defensive line, and then because my opponent is losing his counter-attacks here but also here, he puts up a defensive mode when as I start my approach toward him. And now here is one of the main things. When people ask in the activity field, how can I fight against cloaking races? Somebody says first, trade for a Loki. Loki is very great against the privateer, but it's not any good against the birdmen or the lizards or Federation cloakers, because those three races have got immunity against Lokis. Okay, if you're a Borg or you have fire clouds for some reason, you can try to use the channel in a way that if there are cloaking ships there, they will go through the channel, come out uncloaked and without shields, so they are easy to destroy. Okay, that's the way of flushing out cloakers. But in this case, the Federation player doesn't have fire clouds and the Loki is useless. Also, there are no webs here. Webs are excellent anti-cloaking devices because web fields, you get stuck to them easily. They do a little bit of damage, so they uncloak the cloakers, and you might even get the cloakers then, and they are more difficult to sweep, those webs. And of course, what people tell you and what is very important is minefields, big and small. But the difficulty is that, for example, in this situation, when I approach first more slowly, but quite quickly, in just a few turns, I'm able to reach the whole important planet that is there. And the whole idea here is that my ships have got heavy phasers. There's a lot of heavy phasers around here, so it doesn't matter how many mines my opponent lays here, because I'm going to sweep them all in one turn. And there's a certain logic in the disposition of these ships, because for example these ships over here have got very high ID numbers. That's the first number here, because the minesweeping occurs in the ID order, ID number order. I've got smaller ID ships here, and when my opponent lays a full-sized minefield from here, 150 light years, let's use the measurement tool, and well, it goes somewhere here. They start one by one, my ships start to slice and minesweep that minefield. And first my ships here sweep, and last my high ID ships here sweep. So at this moment in the beginning, as you can see, there's a lot of enemy ships, Federation ships on the planet, and I just got these couple of high ID sweepers here, and as you can see, I need more sweeping power there, and I will bring it, but I just can't resist, so I already tow one of those ships and destroy it. You see, the whole point here is that when I saw this pick list, I chose that I could destroy the Thor, I could destroy diplomacy, I could destroy Missouri and diplomacy, and medium of course, and Kitty Hawk and Nebula. And this time I decided that I will tow the Nebula, because if I tow that, it's quite sure that I won't get any damage to the Darkwing when I destroy it, and I believe this Nebula is the key mine layer over there. So I don't want to touch the Nova or the Gobi. I only want to kill these little ships over here. So what I do is I tow it, and I bring, here is the new sweeper, and I bring more and more ships here, and I actually use this planet as a refueling point for my ships. I just don't go to the planet, I go to the planet or nearby it, but I bring the fuel from up here, and then my ships continue forwards from there. But what happens then, the following turns, I bring more and more ships, and then little by little I tow them into the warp well and I destroy them. Later on, some of my ships get damaged because I hunted some Missouris, but then he starts to hunt my ships, but I do some tricks to evacuate my damaged ships for repairs in another base. So what happened here was that I was able to destroy quite many ships without any casualties. I was able to evacuate my own damaged ships for repairs to fight another day. And later on, what happened was that the Novas went away and left only the Gobi to defend the planet. So when the Novas were far enough this turn, I can see that it's 95 light years away, and then I can see also with my super spy there hasn't been neutronium on the planet for a long time, it actually has got friendly code of priority build 1, so he wants to build something there, and the Gobi that's defending has got mass of 1312, so it doesn't have nearly any fuel. So what I do is I tow the Gobi far out into the space and attack the starbase with my Darkwings. I lost one low quality Darkwing there because the base was full, but it was worth it because now I'm able to build a new starbase there, and in that starbase I'm going to build huge all Mark 1 torpedoes I can, so I can waste all those hundreds of around 1,000 minerals. So that's scorched earth tactics for you. If he makes a counterattack, takes back this planet, there are no clans, there's no minerals, and I can just drop a few clans there and recapture it. So here was some example about how I fought as the cloaking race. I came in and I controlled the situation, I chose the battles, and I wore out little by little his defending fleet, and went past the big ships and took the planets then when the big ships were helpless. So this is pretty often, it doesn't matter if I'm playing as the bird, the fascist, or the privateers. This is pretty often the way I play. First I come in, minesweeping, countermining, because I don't want any casualties in the minefields. I need to be on the planets to see what's going on there and to tow the ships away that are there. I could intercept ships and do the priority intercept attack, but then after that in classic games my ships would be not cloaked and they could be easy prey for my enemies. So I only use usually intercept attack when I have a big stack of ships, and actually I could show you. Let's use time machine and go back in time and see around here. Around here is a situation where there's some novas and diplomacies, 4 novas, 2 diplomacies, and what I have here are Darkwings, and later on a golem comes there. But what happens is that my opponent tries to counterattack, and I start to do just exactly what I mentioned before. I'm sweeping, I'm controlling the situation by using cloakers on these planets. I know where the ships are, what they are doing. I'm wearing them out. I'm towing ships away and destroying them one by one when I can. But then here are 2 novas, and I have a golem, and I want to attack this planet and get it because I want to get down here quick. But if I have 2 novas and they fight the golem, I might lose the golem. So what I do is I attack the novas first with Darkwings using intercept attack. If in another part of this same game there was a big stack of ships and I had around 5 Darkwings, and each Darkwing intercept attacked 1 ship. So the Federation lost, for example, Kitty Hawks, Diplomacies and Missouris in the intercept attacks, and then fought a golem in the main attack phase. So I lost no ships, or only 1 Darkwing I think, to a Nova, so I didn't lose the golem, or I didn't get the casualties that would have occurred. Yes, I had much luck there, even as I had superior firepower, and yes, but it was nice. Let's see now. So this is what I'm doing. So what the heck can you do to prevent me from doing this? Well, as you saw, there's a lot of towing taking place, and in order to prevent me from towing your ships, there's the Planets magazine article about towing. I think I'll add a link here somewhere, but there are the four things you need to remember. In order to escape a tow, you need at least 25 kilotons of fuel, 2 engines to the ships, a long waypoint over 81 light year, and speed warp 9 usually. If you have warp 9 and over 81 light years of distance, or 81.4, I think, you will always escape some other ship than those pesky privateer special engines. You see, the Meteor class blockade runner and the BR ships, they have these, I don't remember what's it called, the accelerator